Who are you? I mean, at the heart of it all, at your core, at your essence. Who are you? I'm talking your identity, your subjective description of who you think you are and how you see yourself as a person. If this is your first time watching my channel, welcome. My name is Jennifer Mitchell Early. I help individuals and teams achieve organizational and personal success. And this is Leadership Matters. Growing up, I lived in a relatively small, about 16,000, suburban community located on the east side of Cleveland. My father was a 25-year veteran elected official serving on the 7-member city council, and my mother was a beloved 36-year veteran school teacher in the district. Our public school district served the surrounding 2 communities and my municipality. Students attended one of 3 elementary schools, depending on where you lived within the municipality, i.e., what neighborhood. And then we all funneled into one middle school, junior high school, and high school. I grew up and spent my formative years with many of the same people from kindergarten to high school. Formative years are the periods of early childhood between 0 and 8 years of a child's life. It also is a period of rapid cognitive, intellectual, social, emotional, and physical development of a child. This development occurs based on the child's response and the interaction between genetics, environment, and experience. It was during this time that I came to see myself in the light of my experiences. Who I was no longer developed, defined, and affirmed for me and my benefit, but was a result of how I saw myself in relation to and in comparison with others. My environment and my associated experiences shaped how I viewed myself, good, bad, and ugly. With everything going on, having a mom who taught in the district and who was actually my teacher at one point, and a dad who was very politically active. He was either running for re-election or election to a new office almost every term. And a brother who was as socially awkward as I was, having emulated Prince for a couple of years. This was not easy, not to mention that we lived in a fishbowl with every eye and mouth on us because of our parents' local notoriety. None of this helped me to see myself in a positive light or to form a healthy and or accurate self-identity, which, quite frankly, took me years to correct and overcome. According to Erik Erikson, a German-American developmental psychologist and psychoanalyst known for his theory on psychological development of human beings, he asserted that the process of identity development begins much earlier than adolescence. Rather, Erikson believed that seeds of identity are planted at a young age when the child recognizes himself or herself as a unique being, separate from his or her parents. As maturation occurs, the child takes on characteristics and admired features of parents or significant others. Erikson called this process identification. Identification allows the child to build a set of expectations about what he or she wishes to be and do. However, the child eventually loses interest in merely adopting the roles and personality attributes of parents or significant others. It's at this point that the process of identity formation is set in motion. From Erikson's perspective, identity refers to a sense of who one is as a person and as a contributor to society. It's personal coherence or self-sameness through evolving time, social change, and altered role requirements. The formation of identity is a major event in the development of personality and provides a deep sense of ideological commitment that allows the individual to know his or her place in the world. It provides one with a sense of well-being, a sense of being at home in one's body, a sense of direction in one's life, and a sense of mattering to those who count. Identity is what makes one move with direction. It's what gives one reason to be. Erickson clearly believed that having a solid sense of identity is crucial to further development. Thankfully, Erickson believed that humans' personalities continue to develop past the age of 5, and he believed that the development of personality depended directly on the resolution of existential crises like trust, autonomy, intimacy, individuality, integrity, and identity, which were viewed in traditional psychoanalytic theory as mere byproducts of the resolution of sexual crises. Erickson believed that childhood identifications lay the groundwork for identity formation in adolescence, but that process of forming an identity, a coherent sense of self, and who one is in relation to the world, continues to evolve throughout adulthood. Based on my own personal knowledge and experience, I agree. I no longer see myself through the lenses that took shape as a child, nor do I interpret experiences in the same manner. Situations, ideologies, relationships, vocations, and circumstances all played a role in how my identity has evolved throughout my adulthood, as well as continues to inform my perception of self. Like personal identity, our personal brand is developed over time. Simply stated, your personal brand is a unique combination of skills and abilities that make you, you. It's the idea that success comes from how you authentically present and market yourself and your career as an individual. Once established, a personal brand sets one apart as its widely recognized and largely uniform perception or impression of an individual based on their experience, expertise, competencies, actions, and/or achievements within a community, industry, or the marketplace at large. Northeastern University provides 10 tips for building a personal brand and boosting your career. 1. Figure out who you are. In order to build a personal brand that accurately reflects your personal and professional identity, you first need to know who you are. Be introspective and create a list of your personal strengths and weaknesses. 2. Determine what you want to be known for. Your personal brand is more than a reflection of who you are today. It's a roadmap of where you want to go. In addition to understanding your existing skills and competencies, assess your strengths and weaknesses as they relate to the industry, career, or role that you want to break into next. 3. Define your audience. Before you start crafting your personal brand, you also need to determine who you're trying to reach. Is it other industry thought leaders, an individual at a particular company, recruiters? The sooner you define the audience, the easier it'll be for you to craft your story, because you'll better understand the type of story you need to tell and where you need to tell it. 4. Research your desired industry and follow the experts. In building a personal brand, your goal is to stand out, but you can't rise to the top without taking inventory of who's already there. 5. Ask for informational interviews. As you start forming a list of companies you aspire to work for and industry leaders you admire, consider reaching out to these professionals to ask for an informational interview. 6. Prepare an elevator pitch. As you begin to conceptualize your personal brand, spend some time crafting an elevator pitch, a 30 to 60-second story about who you are. Whether you're attending a networking event or an informal party, having an elevator pitch prepared makes it easy to describing succinctly what you do and where you're going or where you'd like to go. 7. Embrace networking, something I need to work on. As you cultivate your ideal personal brand, it's important to network regularly and effectively to grow your professional circle. Connect with peers and industry thought leaders by going to formal and informal networking events. The more connections you make and the more value you can provide in your interactions, the more likely it is your personal brand will be recognized. And considering 85% of all jobs are filled through networking, regularly attending these events will help you not only build your personal brand, but potentially advance your career too. At these events, don't be shy about asking fellow attendees to meet again for an informational interview or a casual coffee chat. And remember, if you don't get a chance to connect at the event, reach out via email or LinkedIn to spark a conversation. 8. Ask for recommendations. Having current and former colleagues and managers endorse you is one of the easiest and most effective ways to define your personal brand, allowing others to communicate your value for you. Just as a business might cultivate customer reviews and testimonials for use in sales and marketing campaigns, you too should cultivate your own reviews in the form of recommendations. 9. Grow your online presence. One of the most important aspects of personal branding is making sure your online presence is engaging to hiring managers, coworkers, and others, even if you're not on the job hunt. With so many different social media tools available today, your online presence will likely look different depending on the medium you choose. While your story should match across all platforms, once you know where your targeted audience is most likely to turn, you can redouble your efforts in telling your best story there. 10. Remember that your personal brand isn't just online. Your brand is more than just an online persona. It's how you carry yourself at home, in the office, and even on your daily commute. Reputation is everything. Opportunities to work with others, volunteer for projects, and assert yourself as a leader all contribute to your brand. And just like our personal identity, our personal brands will evolve and take shape over time. Don't be afraid to reinvent either as you grow. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. See you in my next video.